When you first arrive in the Dark World, you receive a telepathic message from Sahasrahla. He tells you the place where you now stand was the Golden Land, but evil power turned it into the Dark World. I swear I cannot remember how I chose to do his voice. The wizard has broken the wise men's seal and opened a gate to link the worlds at Hyrule Castle. Wasn't that the whole thing we were trying to prevent?
We failed, men. Oh. Negatari! You call that a loss? I've crapped bigger losses than that.
However, Sahasrahla tells us that all is not lost. In order to save this half the world, the light world, you must win back the golden power. Oh, is that all? All I gotta do is win back the thing that a literal war was fought over. Is there anything else I can get while I'm out? Eggs, milk, a reminder that I'm canonically a child? You must rescue the 7 maidens who Aghanim sent to the Dark World. As members of the bloodline of the 7 wise men, they have power that will surely help you. Why is this the first thing you've been confident about? The maidens are locked in hidden dungeons full of evil creatures and dangerous traps. Oh, so it should be a walk through the park to save them, then. You know, Jurassic Park. I knew I'd need the rest of that Jurassic Park clip someday. The Palace of Darkness should be your first goal in this world. Suppose my goals of creating my own game are going to have to be delayed once again. Thanks, Sahasrahla. Link, I can rely only on you. That's a real unfortunate situation you found yourself in. Please make this old man's wishes come true, I beg you. Well, since you asked nicely, I guess I can save the world for you. He then fully heals us. Aw, that was nice. You didn't have to do that. Anyways, we are currently sitting on top of the Pyramid of Power. You can see the tower that we took note of off in the far distance. I know that someone mentions it at some point in time, but the Pyramid of Power is where the Triforce used to lie back when the Dark World was the Sacred Realm. It has now become our default respawn point. Quite the demotion, if you ask me. Anyways, we've been given the task to rescue the maidens. Looking at our map, we can see that we're supposed to go to the area that is parallel to the Eastern Palace in the Light World. The Dark World and the Light World are like mirror images of one another, with the Dark World being the far more spookier than its counterpart. You should take note of landmarks in both locations, as you are able to use the magic mirror to reach locations that are normally inaccessible in the Light World. This won't actually come up for some time, I'm just noting it for those of you that are playing along and are ahead of me. Anyways, before we head on over to the Palace of Darkness, boy that seemed wrong to say, make sure to grab this heart container, which gives us another full heart. There's not a whole lot else we can do in the Dark World at the moment, as most of our paths are blocked by these weird poles, so we might as well take on the dungeon. As we approach the Palace of Darkness, we find what seems to be an elaborate maze. Instead of deciding to explore the labyrinth, I wandered off and found this cave, and inside the cave I found a bird. He says he'll tell us a story if we pay him some rupees. Man, I miss the Light World, where people would just give us random lore drops without the need for compensation. Given the bird his money, he tells us, "They say there is a tiny circle of rocks in the lake at the source of the river. I don't know what will happen, but it might be fun to throw something in it." I'll take your word for it. Heading back to the palace grounds, we attempt to make our way through the hedge maze. You'd think that these arrows would help, but they kinda don't. Anyways, as we walk through the maze, we will eventually gain a monkey companion, who tells us that they love money and they want us to give them money. Believe it or not, your entire quest hinges on giving this monkey some money. So I give the monkey, who is named Kiki, 10 rupees, and he decides to follow us. If you get hurt at any point in time, Kiki will abandon you and you'll have to go collect him again. Why is Kiki so important? Well, when you get to the entrance of the dungeon, Kiki will say, "Give me 100 rupees and I will open the entrance for you." You have to pay this monkey 100 rupees. There is no other way of opening the entrance to the first Dark World dungeon. So after giving in to this obvious tourist scam, Kiki jumps on top of the palace, does something, and the door appears for the Dark Palace. The Dark Palace is the twisted counterpart of the Eastern Palace. Look, they even have similar entrances. How neat. However, the Dark Palace is far more complicated. It is amazing to me how complex the Dark Palace is, especially since this is supposed to be our introduction to Dark World dungeons. Ah yes, make sure you blow up this bridge so that you can drop beneath to find the big key. That's definitely a thought that would have gone through my mind while playing this game. You can also teleport into a room where you can find a telepathy tile. Except instead of it being Sahasrahla, this time it's Princess Zelda. She tells us that she is locked up on Turtle Rock on Death Mountain. Spoilers? I know you are doing your best, but please hurry. Zelda, I just got into the Dark World. It's gonna take me some time. Man, Women, am I right? As we explore further into the dungeon, we can find the big chest, but there doesn't seem to be a way to get to it. But as we explore this dark maze, we can find a crack in the wall that lines up with the big chest. Bombing this wall because it just feels right reveals a passageway to get to the big chest. Inside the big chest, we find the magic hammer. The magic hammer is an awesome tool as it gives you yet another attack option on top of a way to get rid of these weird whack-a-mole looking blocks. Also, you can use it to pound on other things too. Don't pretend like I'm the only person that would have pointed that out. Anyways, after shooting the statue in the eye in order to bend the laws of reality, we can eventually come to the boss chamber. And the boss of this dungeon is Helmasaur King. Helmasaur King is a pretty easy boss. Just use your new handy hammer to bash his face in. And like always, dodge his balls of fire and his tail. That's new. Eventually his mask breaks off, revealing a giant green gem on his forehead. Gee, I wonder what his weak point is. Believe it or not, so long as you either swipe or shoot this gemstone, you will do damage to him. And when you've done enough damage to him, he starts to glow, which will eventually cause him to explode, starting from his tail. Yikes, that seems painful. Anyways, he drops a heart container. Be sure to grab it as a crystal appears. Picking up the crystal reveals that a maiden is living inside of it. How are you breathing in there? Anyways, she says, "Link, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you." It was nothing, all in a day's work. She then says something that feels like it should be a far bigger reveal. "This world used to be the Golden Land where the Triforce was hidden, but because Ganon, the boss of the thieves, wished it, the world was transformed." Ah yes, well thankfully that was a long time ago, and presumably Ganon is no longer around. I'm sure he's intending to conquer even our light world after building his power here. This is the reveal that Ganon is the main antagonist of this game, and the game itself barely treats it like a big surprise. So not only is Ganon still around, he's the reason for the evil power coming from the Sacred Realm, and he's actively planning on taking over the light world. It is the first time his name is mentioned, and it's treated like any other flavor text. I feel like this could have been a very interesting twist in this game, and it possibly was back in the day, but this might just be due to the fact that I knew that Ganon was in this game before playing it, that it doesn't seem that big of a twist to me. Was it a twist to any of you back in the day? Anyways, she then says he's trying to open a larger gate between worlds near the castle using our powers. Oh, that's also where the Pyramid of Power is located. I'm sure that location won't be used for anything like a final fight or something like that. But the gate is not open completely yet. Yeah, since Ganon isn't currently invading the light world, I figured the gate wasn't open yet. If we 7 maidens come together, we can break the barrier around Ganon's hiding place. I wonder where that's gonna be. I will tell you where the other girls are held. I believe you will destroy Ganon. Lady, that's an awful lot of confidence to bestow on a complete stranger. But thank you for marking the other maiden's location on my map. I'm sure that'll come in handy in the future. I will return to my original form at that time. Are you saying that you're not normally a crystal? Honestly, major turnoff. Do you understand? Not this again!